Are you looking for a tutorial that can teach you how to digitize? Are you tired of paying other people to digitize images for you and you're not recouping that money for your business? Well, stick around because today I'm going to walk you through how to digitize this image, and then we're going to embroider it on a blue denim jean jacket. Hey, my name is Anthony from Rock & Prints, and thanks for watching this video. On this channel, I provide you walkthrough tutorials from graphic design to digitizing images for heat pressing t-shirts and embroidery. Today, I'm going to walk you through step by step how to digitize this image. Then we're going to embroider it on a blue denim jean jacket that I picked up from the Goodwill. And with the help of Canva, we are going to take this sugar skull and then we're going to go ahead and place it in my embroidery software, and we're going to get to digitizing. So stick around to the very end to get the full benefit to this tutorial. And if you find value in this video, please give me a thumbs up, as it's going to help support my channel out tremendously. So with that, let's go ahead and get this started. All right, so I have my image here in my Chroma Lux software, and this is a higher end of Chroma's embroidery application. If you're using your own embroidery application, it is the same process. All you got to do is just use your complex fill and your classic satin stitch. That's what I'm going to go with. And also, I brought this in under the backdrop tool. So I just hit select and I selected the PNG file and then I brought it in. Okay, now what we're going to do in this particular case is we are going to set this one up as an 8x5, and we need to change it to inches. Okay, so you can see on the top I have it on inches and it's showing right now at 53. We don't want it that big. All right, so we got to make it. So we're going to be using my Mighty Hoop, which is an 8x9 hoop, and we're just going to change that to 8x8. All right. And then we'll go from there. Well, actually, let's do 7x8. Okay, then we'll go to, let's do 7.5. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to bring this bad boy in. Okay, now on the bottom you see right there it says Bounty, and I just wrote that because on Canva the premium images, some of them will not let you print or download anything until you kind of manipulate the graphic, because the owner of the design, I'm imagining, doesn't want you to sell their design just by their design, right? You have to manipulate it, tailor it to yours, and they will allow you to use it. Okay, so but this is just a for video purpose, this is just an educational video just to help you learn how to digitize your own images. Okay, that's what we're doing for this one. And actually, the jacket that I got that I'm going to place this sugar skull on, I actually got it from Goodwill. I went to the Goodwill store, bought it for $4, and that's what we're doing. We're going to practice this graphic design. We're going to embroider it and digitize it and see how it comes out. Okay, so what we're going to do here, and what I understood, is I was going to use the black thread for the very back, and we're going to apply all these colors, but I wasn't thinking about it earlier until I'm actually looking at it now. We're going to also have to apply the violet. Okay, the violet is the majority of this whole image here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a border around the violet, okay, which is black, so that way I don't have to worry about adding a whole face in the background and then all the colors are just going to topple on top of it. But yes, the violet is going to have to do that. So what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and start with our complex fill. We're just going to take any area here and we're going to start designing. But before I do anything, let's go to our pick tool. Let's go back. Let's go here to our backdrop and let's just shade this a little bit lighter. All right, so we can see our threads. All right, so let's go to complex fill. We're just going to start here. I'm just holding my control key so I get these bends. Okay. All right. Now, when I first started, this would always confuse me, you know, 'cause where do I go? I ran out of the purple. Just follow along with the line, okay? And that's still going to help you follow the path, okay? So you get a nice section there. Okay, now you're back on the purple. Okay, and also I don't have a particular way where I should be setting my points. I'm just following to the best where I think I should land a point. Okay, now sometimes like right here, this is kind of like where do I go? You know, but just use your best judgment. So right here, I'm just gonna stop there because I know it's gonna bend, and then I do that just to make the bend easy. Okay. And then as you gradually get better at this craft, you're going to figure out where you should stop. Okay. All right. And we're just coming to the end here. So I'm just going to hover over this node and lock that in, and we'll hit our pick tool and we are done. Okay. So now let's go ahead and go to our, did I do that by 8x8? It looks kind of weird. Let's see. Oh, it looks good. It looks good. All right. It looked like I didn't have the setup right. Let me just make sure. I I thought I did hit 8 by, oh yeah, 7 by. Yep, we are good. All right. So now what I'm going to do is we are going to change that to violet, right? So let's go ahead and go to our colors here. We're just going to click here, and all right, I'm going to select the image that we just did, and we are going to change the color. So we're going to go to Command 1, and we're going to change that to violet. All right, so let's look for a violet color here. This one kind of, let's see what this is. Lavender. There it is, lavender. Nice. All right. Now that we got that, let's go ahead and work our face here. This one should be fairly easy. Okay. Same thing. We're going to use our we're going to use our complex fill. We'll just start here. I'm going to go here. Hold the control key. Now you don't want to stretch it too far because then you won't get the bends accurately around the area you need it. Okay, so don't go way too far because you're trying to save time. You'll end up having to go back and redo your design. Okay, so look at this. See that little curve there? I am not going to follow the bend like that. I'm just going to go over it. Okay, because when we do the border, I don't want the border to get all confused. All right, so we'll just go here. All right. So you want to help out your um your application too. You don't want to make it too complicated and make it overthink. And then it also, because the system's still not perfect itself, so you want to help it out too. Okay. Now here you can go pretty far because it's just straight, but when it comes to bends and stuff, you don't want to be doing all that. All right. And then we're just going to close it off there. We're going to hit the pick tool. Boom. All right. That looks pretty decent. Let's see. Let's go to our pick tool here. And what we can do is we can just straighten this out just a little bit, just like that. Okay. All right. So now let's go ahead and that is automatically just checking it in as violet number 1 because that's what it'll do. All right. And then next thing what we can do is we can do the teeth since they're right here. Okay. This should be fairly easy. We're going to go with the complex fill. We're just going to fill these teeth in. We're giving the teeth a filling. Okay. Okay. Boom. I use Corel Draw a lot too, and I use the bezel tool. So every time I'm doing something like this, I tend to think that I'm using the bezel tool because then you can go back and manipulate the design. But it gets confusing for me because I use both. And if you have Corel Draw, then you know what I'm talking about, I'm sure. All right, let's get here. Right there. Okay. Click it and let's just fix that right now while we're at it. Just going to grab this. We're going to straighten it out. There we go. Nice. All right. Next one. Okay. Next one. All right. Okay. I would just copy and paste them, but looks like all these designs of the teeth, they're all different. So it gives it that um, originality to the graphic design. So we're going to have to do each one of them manually. Sometimes you see that arch right there. Sometimes it doesn't do it the way you originally wanted. So you got to go back to your pick tool and you just got to grab it and straighten it out. Okay. You're going to have to fix it. So it's probably easier for you to fix them as you go. That's probably your best bet. All right. Now you see how it curves like that. If you can't fix it, use these little toggles. Those will help you. They'll help you straighten things out. Okay. And if you got to delete it, delete it. Delete the point so you can make a point. All right. Okay. Now let's go back. All right. And I think why it's doing that is because I'm trying to go over a straight line and I'm still holding my shift key down, my control key. So it doesn't know what to do. It's trying to remember the bend. That tooth ain't so bad. Okay. And you really, I mean, these are going to be like small designs, so it's really not that important to get it precise, right? But if you are looking for perfection, then yeah, make sure you release the control key when you're doing the bends and when they're going to straight lines. So right now I'm just going to take it off the control key, and you see it kind of bend it right there because it's still trying to remember the bend. But now I'm pressing it again. I got a straight line. You see that? I'm going to hold my control key again, go for a small so it adjusts. And you see how I didn't get that crazy loop. So I'm going to do it again and release and straight. Okay. Boom. See that? If you want to do it like that, then, hats off. Just do it. Just do it that way. Okay. Um, let's go back. I'm going to hold the band here. Okay. Release. Control. Release. Boom. Okay. You guys following along? All right. Four more. Four more. Control. Release. Control. Release. Control. Release. Control. Release. Control. Release. Control. Release. All right. Last one. All right. Okay, so now we got the teeth. Let's go ahead and select all the teeth, and we're going to make them white. Okay, so this is going to be color number 2. All right, so let's go ahead and hit our shift key this time. We're going to select all of them. You can't grab those other ones on the bottom. That's fine. We're gonna go to our commands tool. We're gonna make that 2. We're gonna hit apply, and oh, it did it. Okay, cool. And we're just gonna change that to white. Boom. All right. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna highlight these, and I'm gonna bring this all the way to the right so we can see what we're doing here. Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do the top. We're just going to work our way back down. I only did the teeth because it was there, all right? But we're going to just work our way down. So we'll go and start with the flower here. Now, what we have to do is we do have to make the thread here. The thread, the black, is going to have to run over the the violet, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our complex fill, and we're just going to fill these little spots here. Now I'm holding my shift key down to get every little bend. Boom. And then I'm just going to hold my shift key, and I'm just going to follow along here. Right there. Okay. All right. Now this is going to be tucked in at some point. All right. So let's just go ahead and let's make that color number 3. We're going to make that color number 3, and we're going to make that black. We're going to change, oops, we're going to change the command. We want a new color. It's going to be number 3. and we're going to change that to black. Okay. All right. And then what we'll do is we'll sit this bad boy on top of here. Okay. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to do a half of a moon here. So let's go ahead and go to our classic satin stitch. Our complex fill. This just might be all complex fill. Boom skis. All right. We're going to give that control number 4. Command number 4. And we're going to change that to yellow. Daisy. Perfect. All right. Okay. So now what we need to do is we're going to start taking all this to the top now. Okay. We're just piecing this piece by piece here. Okay. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the red. Let's go to complex fill. All right. And that came out pretty crappy. So let's redo that again. Let's blow this one up. All right, let's go ahead and do our red here. So this is just pretty much going to be all straight lines. So we're just going to click here. We're just going to follow all the points, okay? All the edging points. Now, I'm not going to do this little curve here. I'm just going to make it a straight point. So what we can just square it off right there, just like that, okay? Square, square. Okay, now I'm going to hit my control key to get these bends here. And then I'm just going to release, click once right there, and then hover, boom. Okay, and then that looks better. So now what we're going to do is we're going to change that to color. Well, we'll do the rest of them. And then we'll change all of them at once. We'll select them all. Okay. All right. I'm not really worried about the sharp edges right there because these designs are going to look, the graphics really, you're really not going to pay attention to the detail with the sharp lines that much. So we're just trying to straighten them out to get that fine thread, the thread cut, basically. Now I'm going to hold my control key. And then hover. Okay. That one came out good. Look like pieces of onions. All right. Go here. Okay. I'm holding my control key. Okay. That's perfect. All right. Let's go here. Holding my control key. Okay. All right. That looks fine. This is a tough design, guys. This one is pretty tough. I mean, there's a lot of work to do here. So, it takes a lot of patience. Okay. All right. Okay. Same ones here. Now they all have their own design, unique design of their own. So you're just gonna have to just be patient. That's all. So let's just keep. I'm just holding my control key, but you're just eager now to see how this is gonna look once it's done, right? All your hard work. Okay. Okay, I'm holding my control. Boom. Okay. All right. We're going on 30 minutes already. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, we're going to do these right here, and then we'll change them to the same color. So let's bring this bad boy up here. All right. Zoom in, and let's get started. Okay. And then we're going to do the back. Boom. And then we're going to order this to the back. Okay. All right. Okay. And same thing with this one. We'll go ahead and start in the middle. Okay. Then we'll draw the outer shape. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and hit our pick tool. Let's select this to the back. Okay. All right, same thing. Okay. Okay. Let's order that. All right. Looks like we're done. Okay. Let's go ahead and well, let's do all the roses so that at least we can just know that we got all those colors there. Okay. So let's do all the red I said roses, but red I don't know what to call them, red designs. So let's see. Let's just do all of them here. Actually, I think we can copy and paste these. They look the same. They are the same. Okay. And usually when they're the same like that, you're dealing with a graphic designer who did this on a computer rather than hand drew it. Okay, let's go here because you could tell he copied and pasted. All right, let's order that to the back. Okay. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select these both. One, oops, let's do this. 1 and 2. We're going to copy. And we're going to Control D, Control V. We're going to bring this over here. Okay. And we're just going to flip it and flip it again. There we go. Perfect. See that? See that? He copied and pasted it. All right. Same thing with these two. And that saves us a lot of time here. Okay. Let's go to same thing. All right, boom. Boom. All right. We're going to copy and paste that one. Control D. Oops, let's do, we're going to right click, we're going to copy, paste, grab it, bring it over here. We're going to flip it and just bring it in. Perfect. Okay. And then we're going to go here. All right. And the next one. Okay. And then we're just going to right click, group it, and then we're going to do copy and paste. We're going to grab this bad boy over here. Oh, nope. We're going to right click, we're going to copy, and we're going to paste. There we go. Let's see. Oh, yeah, okay. And we're going to flip this one. And let's move this over here so we can see. Perfect. All right, all of our red is done. So let's go ahead and we're going to change this to color number 5. We're going to make that command number 5. So let's just select. All right, and we're going to go to our commands. We're going to make that color number 5. And got every color. All right, now we're going to change that to red. Okay. Boom. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to change this. Oh, we missed 2 colors here. We missed 2. Change that to 5. Okay. And then we're going to change the background to all the other ones to black here because we already have our black. So we can bring the black in here. Look at that, how that's starting to turn out. Okay. And we're going to change this to black here. Okay. And black was color number 3, so we'll go to command, color number 3. Perfect. All right, starting to look like a picture here. All right, and change that to command number 4, number 5, I mean. And then this one was black, which was number 3. Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do is we will, let's see. Okay, let's go with the yellow. No, let's go with the circles, all the circles. This should be fairly easy. We're going to just use our ellipse tool. We're going to hold our control key. We're going to get that perfect circle. Okay. And we're just going to bring this bad boy right there. All right. And then from there, we're just going to right click, and we are going to go to our utility, and we are going to change that to, I'm sorry, we're going to go to convert to, and we're going to change that into a complex fill. Okay. And then we're going to change that to color number 2. Okay. And I don't think I'm going to make a border around those. All right. We're just going to leave it the way it is. Okay. And we're just going to control C, control V, bring that right there. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like. Control V. Right there. Control V. All right. Okay. Now these circles look a little bit bigger, so we'll go back to our ellipse tool. Hold our control. Get the perfect circle. Bring it there. And let's zoom it down just a little bit. Okay, and we're just going to control C, control V. Control C, control V. Control C, control V. All right. See. Okay. All I'm doing is copying and pasting. That's all I'm doing. I'm just using the shortcut, Control C and Control V. All right. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select all of them. I'm holding my control key. All right. And then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to convert to complex fill. All right. And then we're going to change that command to number 2. Okay. Just like that. Okay. All right, we're not too far off, guys. Not too far off. All we need now is just yellow. So what we're going to do is we do have to make the black. All right. So Now we can do the border, but what I'm worried about is usually when you do borders, you have to make sure that registration is tight, and your hoop is tight, and you have to have a lot of stabilization. So it looks like we have no choice but to make borders around here. So I guess what we'll do is we'll go for it. Considering this is a jean jacket, we're going to have a lot of stability on this. So I kind of feel confident. But let's go ahead and start with the eye. Okay, and we're going to change that to number 2, but I don't like the way that looks here. Just like that. Perfect. All right, let's go to we're going to copy and paste. Control C, Control V. Bring that over here. We're going to flip it. Okay. All right. All right. And then here we're just going to do the same thing. Okay. All right. And then we're going to make that number 4. So let's go to Command, change that to number 4, which is going to be yellow. Okay. And then let's go ahead and right click. Let's order this to the back. Okay. All right. And then let's move this to the side for right now. Let's click this, click that, bring that so we can get the other part here, which is going to be this is going to be interesting. All right, so let's go here. It's trying to find its place with all these eyelashes here, but we're doing our best. We're just probably going to have to go back and fix them. Okay. All right, now what we can do is go to our pick tool and just try to straighten these out here. That's fine. Okay. All right. There we go. That'll work. Okay, we're going to make that to color number 3. Just go to command number 3. Okay. All right. And let's go and bring this bad boy in. Just like that. All right. And let's move this to the back. Order that to the back. All right. Let's order this to the back. All right. Perfect. And then this is going to be white. We're going to make that to number 2. Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to do one more thing. We're going to click here, and we are going to right click, and we're going to utilities, and we're going to create a border. Okay, now we're going to change that border to black. All right, so let's go to our command here. Well, first what I need to do is we need to break this apart. We're going to ungroup it. No, I think it already is ungrouped. So let's go ahead and change that to black, which is going to be number 3. Perfect. Okay. So now what we'll do is we're going to hold our control key. We're going to select all of them. Okay. We're going to control C, control V. We're going to bring this over here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold this and select all of these, and then I'm going to flip them. Okay, and we're just going to try to straighten this out. And that'll work. Okay. All right, so now, all right, we're almost done. We're just about done here. So let's go ahead and finish up the nose. Okay, we're going to create a border on the nose as well. So let's just do the white part first. And just, following along, I can tell that it's helping my skill level too, just by doing these complex designs that have like just a lot of things to do, right? It gives you practice. It's like doing a math equation. The more you do it, the better you get at it, right? So then I should have did the front part first, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and just bring this out here. And let's get, actually what we can do, no, never mind. I'm not going to do that. Let's just start here. I was thinking that I was going to copy and paste and just shrink it down. But when you do stuff like that, you just might cause problems for yourself. I've learned. I haven't mastered that yet, but hopefully one day I will. Okay. All right. Okay, now let's change this to, let's see, what was that? That was black. Okay, we're going to change that to color number 3, color number 3. Boom. Okay, we're going to bring this bad boy down. And this is color number 2. Let's go to our pick tool. Let's bring this out just a little bit. Okay. All right. Okay. Perfect. All right. We're going to change that to color number 2, I'm sorry. All right. And then we're going to create a border around the white. Now, I don't know if we should because the border kind of looks a little bit, let's see. Let's see how it looks. Let's go to our pick tool. And let's, utilities, create a border. That's what I thought. We're not going to use a border. We're going to have to make this one the way it is. All right. So let's go ahead and go to, actually what we can do, we can probably make this into a run stitch. We'll see. Okay. All right. Let's go to our pick tool. Let's see what happened here. Okay. All right. And let's change that to black. And black was number 3. And then we're going to just right click. We're going to order this to the back. Okay, perfect. All right, so now all we need is just these little leaflets or whatever you want to call them. We should be good. So let's do this. Oops. Hmm. Okay. Boom. Okay. Order that to the back. We're going to select both of them. This one and this one. And we're going to Control C, Control V. All right. And we're going to bring this one over here. Okay. And we're going to flip it this way. Okay, perfect. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to make this yellow. Oops, I moved it just a hair. We just want to select it. That's all we want to do. We're going to make that yellow, and that's command number 4. Okay, and we're going to turn these to black. And that's command number 3. Perfect. All right. Okay. All right. And I'm not going to make the borders around these white ones because I think that's just going to, that might cause problems. Let's see. Well, let's take a look at it. Let's see how it looks. Let's go to, oh, I'm sorry. We're not even finished here. My HDHD is taking over. That's what my kids say. They say I have, I have that. That's what they tell me. They're like, Dad, you got that bad. HD or whatever. I don't know what it is, but they say I have it bad. All right. Okay. All right. If you think I have HDHD, drop a comment below and let me know if I do. Um, if you've been following me, I'm sure you'll see a trait in there somewhere, right? But then my daughter says that I tend to have sloth tendencies, that I move real slow. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. Okay. So let's mortar that to the back. Okay, and then this was yellow and black. So this one was black. This one is yellow. So let's just Control C, Control V. And we are going to bring this bad boy over here. And all right. Perfect. All right, we'll just change this to color number yellow, which is 4. Okay, and this one's black. It's going to be combo number 3. Boom. Okay. Number 4. And number 3. All right. And then we're just going to, now what we're going to do is we're just going to hold our control. Oops. Here. We're going to just hold our ellipse tool. Make that circle there. And change that to, well, let's do Control C, Control V. And let's go and convert them real quick. Complex fill. And we're going to make those white, which is number 2. Let's do Control C, Control V. Let's bring these bad boys over here. All right, let's switch them. Okay. All right. Okay, guys, I think we're just about done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to select all these. And we're going to create a border around them. Oh, it's saying create an outline. I don't think you can. Let's see. I think you can only do them one by one. Yep. That's all you can do is one by one. Well, let's change the outline here. Let's see what it looks like when it's black. 3. Looks kind of nice. But we want it to go to the back. I like it. All right, we're just going to do it. The heck with it. All right, and we're going to go here, 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 and here. All right, let's change that to number 3. And then we're going to right click and we're going to group, we're going to order them to the back. Okay. Same thing with these on top. Okay. Now this is a complicated design here that I'm doing. All right, we're gonna let's see if it'll let me. It didn't let me do it last time, but we'll see. We'll just give it a shot. No, gotta do them manually. You know what? Before I do anything, let me just Control C, Control V. Let's bring that bad boy up here. And then we're going to do Control C, Control V. Okay, Control C, Control V. And we're going to do Control C, Control V one more time. All right. Okay, now what we're going to do is finish up. Go to Utility, Create Border, Utility, Create Border, Utility, Create Border, Utility, Create Border, Utility, create border. Okay, we're just going to select the borders now. All right, change that command to black number 3. And we're going to right click and we're going to order them to the back. Okay, same here. Okay, number 3. And right click, order them to the back. And that looks pretty dope, I must say. Looks pretty dope skis. All right. So now what we need to do is one last touch up here is we're going to have to make that black border around here. But what we're going to do is we're going to just what we need to do is take this whole face here and we're going to create a border. We're going to right click. We're going to go to utilities, create a border. All right, and that border is going to be it's going to be black. So we're going to go here, number 3. Okay. And then we're going to do the white. No, I don't think we did. We're going to have to do the whole teeth. How are we going to do this? All right, well, let's just finish up. Let's go to our border here. We're going to do right click. And we're going to do create a border. And actually what we're going to have to do here is we are going to have to actually make the teeth. So dang it. We're going to have to do it here. We're going to have to do it. We're going to have to make this black. So what we can do here is we can just follow along here. Now I'm overlapping it so that way it falls tucked in over the border here. Okay. Okay. Boom. And then what we'll do is let's straighten this out here. All right, so I got it somewhat decent. This is going to be tucked under the border, so it doesn't really, it's not going to be a big surprise there. So let's just go ahead and grab this. And then let's drag it to our face. Let's grab it here. Let's bring it under here. Okay. Okay. Oops. Let's shrink it down about 2 notches there. Okay. And then we're going to grab it and we're going to order this to the back. All right. Looking good. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to change this to black. I think that was number 3. Yep. Number 3. Okay. We're going to order this to the back. And it looks pretty dope, my friends. Looks pretty darn dope. All right, let's bring in our picture. All right. Okay, let's take this image here. Bring it to the side. And it looks pretty dope. It looks pretty good, guys. I am really impressed here. The only thing is these little parts here, they're kind of touching mine. Does that matter? In a sense it does. So let's see if we can just move it a little bit. Let's get it out of the way of the border. There we go. Let's see if we can get this one and this one. Bring it down some. Oops. Okay. I just don't want it touching anything. I want everything to have its own little freedom there. Okay. All right. And it looks pretty cool. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to kill all these jump stitches. Okay, so you can see got all these little stitches going. That's what the embroidery machine's going to do. It's going to follow. It's going to create a stitch here. You don't want that when you're doing embroidery. All right, so what we'll do is we're just going to grab our whole image here. Let's go ahead and release this. Give me a second here. Okay. All right. And then you can just see once I do the command to get rid of the jump stitches, you'll see all the jump stitches leave. Okay, so we got quite a few of them. You see them right there. So we're going to go to our commands tool. We're going to go to, command. We're going to go to start command. We're going to hit jump. And we want it to trim it. Okay, we're going to hit apply. And boom, took away all of our jump stitches. All right. There's one little piece here, but let's see, is that going to make a big deal? We don't know. We'll just change it. We'll delete this point here. Okay, bring this one up just some. Oops. Perfect. All right. Always something give us a hard time here. Okay. Let's see. It looks good, my friends. It looks good. It looks pretty dope. There's this part just, I don't know, this part just doesn't sit right with me. Let's delete this point. I think that point is causing us problems. Okay. All right. Move that back up the way it was. Okay. All right. And I think it looks pretty dope here. Everything looks good. Let's go ahead and make a test run. Let's bring this back down. All right, let's go ahead and do a test run and let's see how this one's going to come out. I'll see you guys in the back. All right, it's hot as shit in here. Here we go. All right, let's take a look at this. All right, let's check this out. That looks pretty darn good, guys. Not bad. So what do you guys think? What would you charge somebody for something like this? I'm curious. Leave a comment below what you guys think, what you would charge somebody for a jacket like this. Now, there's all kinds of things that we could have did. We could have did some roses right here too. And then maybe even on the sleeve, we could have did something here, right there. Up here, we could have put some more roses. I'm thinking probably a good 80 bucks. We could actually sell something like this. Let me know. I'm curious what your thoughts are. All right. Other than that, it looks pretty darn good for all the time it took. So in reality, it took about 2 hours to make because I was running the stitch count at 600 stitches per minute. But my embroidery machine can go 1200 stitches per minute. So I didn't want to mess this up for the purpose of this video. And I just wanted to get this one out because this is actually a pretty dope design. Okay. And I picked it up on Canva. So let me know what you thought about this in the comments. Was this something helpful for you to actually get some practice on so you can start digitizing for yourself and recoup that money for your business, right? After a while, it does get expensive, you know, outsourcing your work to get it digitized. So might as well take the time and effort to learn how to digitize for yourself so you can actually recoup that money. All right, so with that, I hope you found value in this video. And if you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up as it's going to help support my channel out tremendously. So you have a blessed week and a blessed day, and we'll see you guys back on my next video next week. And peace.